What is up, guys? And today we're going to react into a video titled "The Japanese Idol Industry is a Complete Disaster" by Japan Analysis. I watched so much of his videos. So guys, the video will be linked down below. Let's get it.
Okay, so some girl posted this picture of herself at Disneyland and almost lost her job for it. Can you guess why? Well, let me give you a hint. She's an idol, and that picture made her fans go berserk. You may think that being an idol is just about singing, dancing, and looking cute, but they actually have to follow some insane rules, while simultaneously being careful about everyone around them. That includes fans, their agency, and even their own group members. Idols can start big drama over the smallest things, and people get mad at them for the dumbest reasons. We're talking like agencies literally suing their own idol for hanging out with a boy. God knows how many stalkers literally suing.
The Tokyo District Court on September 8th ordered a 70-year-old former member of an unidentified idol group to pay her agency 650,000 yen in damages for going to a hotel with a male fan in what is found to be a breach of her contract, which prohibited her from getting into a relationship. Wow. I mean, we all already knew this, especially if you click on this video, but jeez.
Suing their own idol for hanging out with a boy. God knows how many stalking incidents, some of which were caused by their own group members backstabbing them. And hell, people got mad at an idol for the way she was by their own.
Sorry, I've got to read these. Other NGT48 member had leaked her personal information to her assailants, including her address and schedule, so that they would know when she would be returning home. Why would you do this if you're a member of a group? Like, okay.
Group members backstabbing them. And hell, people got mad at an idol for the way she ate cake. We'll talk about that later, but for now, what is wrong with this picture? That right there is a man, and that was all the proof people needed. They knew that was her secret boyfriend. As an idol, that's like getting caught going to the island. It was crazy that their Scooby-Doo investigation found him in her sunglasses, but what's even crazier is that that was her brother. The fans didn't care about that though. They were pissed. They were saying like, you've betrayed us. I can never trust you again. Bro, she went to Disneyland with her brother. She even tried to apologize, but they wanted some birth certificate type shit, so she had to pull out the family photos. So yeah, the first reason being an idol sucks is no boys. Yeah, everyone knows this rule, but it's the one that consistently ends careers. You give a 19-year-old girl a job where she just has to look good, what do you think is gonna happen? And was Sunglasses Lady the first one to get caught? Of course not. She wasn't even the first one to get caught at Tokyo Disneyland this year. No, you see this chick, Haruno Riri, she was a massive idol, and one trip to Disneyland later, she got kicked out of her group and deleted all her socials. All because of this picture. Huh? She has the same sunglasses on, but I don't see any fellas. No. What happened was some dude who I guess was just taking pictures of random women caught her red-handed with a guy, and that was it. Her career was over. Thanks for the scoop, man whose phone has a folder called Pictures of Women I Don't Know. Also, can we pause for a second to look at this? No, I mean her shirt.
Just a failure. It cannot be determined. Keep trying. Don't give up.
These apologies and strange punishments are actually not uncommon. Like, there's the case of this other idol, Momoka, who accidentally uploaded a selfie with her boyfriend, and her fans went fucking biblical on her. Oh, you like posting selfies, huh? Well, why don't you post one every night for the next 365 days? If these pictures arrived at my house in a manila envelope, I would assume that this woman was kidnapped. What I don't get is, how do these pictures prove that she's alone every night? Like, isn't her boyfriend just behind the camera taking them? But let's be real for a second. Why is an idol getting a boyfriend such a big deal? Well, some fans have a fantasy of idols being innocent and available, and the agencies are happy to sell it to them. This creates a cycle where the agencies try to harness more and more control of the idols' lives, and because there's so many young women who want to be idols, they'll allow the agencies to have that control just for a chance to be in the spotlight. And if you look back in history, similar things used to happen in the West. In 1964, John Lennon was asked by his manager to keep his new marriage a secret. And even more recently, this happened with boy bands like NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys. But eventually, in the West, we got over this. We and the agencies realized that it doesn't really harm their bottom line to just give the idols more freedom. So did Japanese agencies learn the lesson? Of course not. Now they literally write no boyfriends in the contract, as if that'll solve the problem. Believe me, that shit is legally binding. Like in 2015, a 17-year-old idol was sued by her own agency for spending some extracurricular time with a fan, and the judge threw the book at her. He sentenced her to 650,000 yen in damages. Yeah, Japan made a 17-year-old pay like $5,000 for having a boyfriend. And how do you think the agency found out? Her own friend, a member of her idol group, snitched on her. There is no loyalty in this industry. That's reason number 2. But before we continue, So idols always look like they have so much fun together. But you think they're actually friends in a cutthroat industry like this? Come on, buddy. Were you born yesterday? These women are rivals. Like, take AKB48, one of the most famous idol groups that fluctuated between 60 and 100 members. These girls are so desperate to stand out, they'll do anything. And the agencies encourage this Hunger Games type shit by hosting elections, where the most popular idols get to be front and center. And guess where the fans get the ballots to vote? Yep, you better pull out your wallets and buy some CDs, boys, because your Oshi needs your support now more than ever. Although, if you do buy like 600 CDs to support your girl and you have to go and dump them in the mountains, at least don't put your name on them, man. Come on. And it's not just CD contests. Behind the scenes, agencies are known to stoke the flames even harder. Some groups have rules banning members from exchanging contact information with each other to prevent them from forming solidarity. Agencies pit members against each other to drive up sales.
What? Yo, you guys comment down below if any of you guys ever heard any of that. I've never heard of this. I never knew they went to this level of extremes. Jeez, I mean, maybe it's just Japan. I don't know. I don't really look at the Japanese scene too much. I mainly look at Korea, but this is insane. It wouldn't surprise me if it happens in other countries, though.
Most of the time, they can keep the drama out of the public eye, but you know things are bad when an idol shows up late to her own show in pajamas and does this. Flipping your coworkers the bird in front of a live audience is one of the most based resignations I've ever seen. And it turns out she was completely in the right because her quote-unquote friends were acting like middle school bullies. I mean, they even gave her the wrong date and time for the show on purpose so she wouldn't show up. Okay, so you have a hostile work environment, but at least you have thousands of fans supporting you, right? Well, that brings me to reason number 3. Idol fans can have some ridiculous expectations. Most idol fans, as you'll see here, are fully grown adults. So now that we're on the same page, I'll just give you an idea of how demanding these fans are. Take Saito Nagisa, an idol known for her extreme purity. When she held hands with a guy on a dating show and said, "This is my first time holding hands with someone other than my dad," her fans flew off the handle. Well, what the hell were they mad about? Because she got with a guy, maybe? Well, not quite. It's actually because she forgot about thousands of hands she shook at the handshake events. Yeah, buddy, I'm sorry, but she's trying to forget your hand. So basically, if you, as an idol, are not perfect 100% of the time, the fans are going to eat you alive. Take Shirai Shimai, a very famous idol from the group Nogizaka 46. Some of you might even recognize her, actually. In 2020, her and fellow group member Ikuta had a cake eating stream to celebrate her graduation from the group. Now, how could people get mad at two girls eating cake? Well, during the stream, they went to break and production cut the audio but forgot to cut the video. And as a result, her fans were absolutely disgusted to see her having her cake taken away rather than eating it. I didn't think I needed to say this, but you were really expecting this 100-pound model to eat a massive slice of cake? But that wasn't even what the fans were really pissed at. This is what they really had a problem with. The way she slammed the cake down screams bad manners, and as she gets older, cute won't cover her lack of class. Crap upbringing. It's not just her bad upbringing. She reeks of a delinquent from the countryside. That pure image always felt cooked up.
All Japanese idols are like that. They sell the pure girl act while sleeping around.
What? So it went from her. Okay, this is how you know. This is how you know these people are just chronically online. Because I know, because I'm online a lot, but I'm not this bad. But like, this is just like look, I don't go. I admit, guys, I don't go outside that much. I will admit that I don't. But these guys, you're permanently inside. You took one video of her putting down cake in a normal way. By the way, a normal way. Like, if we just go back and rewind, like, I mean,
massive slice of cake? But that wasn't even what the fans were really pissed at. This is what they really had a problem with.
Like, come on, what are we actually doing? And this is the problem with these idols. What I see is like, it's just unrealistic to sell someone as like this perfect person. Because this is what happens is when one thing goes wrong, like there's one thing to be private and there's one thing to kind of like, you know, like how movie stars where people go, oh, movie stars back in the day, they used to be more private. You didn't know much about them. You only see them in movies. That's one thing, fair. But to sell this image of almost like, I don't know, perfection, it just never works. You get these weirdos online that just analyze. Like I've seen people online analyzing idols' body shapes, like, and not just like the regular, like, I don't know, someone puts on weight, you may see online, like they'll like really zoom in and analyze it. It's weird. It's so weird. But yeah, she put the cake down normally, basically, guys. Jeez.
The way she slammed the cake down screams bad manners, and as she gets older, cute won't cover her likes of a delinquent from the countryside. That pure image always felt cooked up.
All Japanese idols are like that. They sell the pure girl act while sleeping around.
Bro, she transferred cake from one plate to another. And after a long investigation, fans found that this wasn't even the first time she'd done something bad. In 2018, she walked by a cameraman without sufficiently greeting him. Idols just cannot catch a break, man. One of my favorite things to do is to read the comments on this ex-Idol's blog to see how she apparently fails at the most basic tasks. On days my kids go to dance, we can't eat at the same time, so I pack them bento boxes.
Okay.
Nice bento, but a plastic Tupperware container? Seriously?
You're too lazy to wash a proper bento box, huh? I made chicken curry and a broccoli salad for my kids. Didn't you make them curry last week too? You make curry way too often.
Okay, people do understand the concept of having to repeat meals sometimes, right? Oh my, dude, I don't believe these are real comments. These are not real comments, guys. You know, fake news.
I went strawberry picking with my kids. The fresh strawberries were delicious, and we ate them with condensed milk. You what? Condensed milk? If you really like strawberries, you eat them fresh, not with condensed milk. Jeez. I'm saying all this stuff about Idol fans, but I don't want you to get the impression that I'm only talking about the guys. This is what happened when some girl missed her chance to attend a hug event with her favorite idols.
Oh, is that what? I've actually seen this clip before, I think.
In the end, she actually got arrested. So it can be fun to make jokes about crazy fans, but to the idols, it's not a joke. And that's because of reason number 4. Being an idol is way more dangerous than you think. You know those fans who found Izumi's brother in her sunglasses? Well, they were actually inspired by a real case that happened a few years ago, where a 26-year-old unemployed guy realized he could track down his favorite idol just through her social media posts. It wasn't easy, but he managed to identify her nearest station by the reflection in her eye. Then he...
By the reflection in her eye. You are one sick person. It's not even...
used details like the placement of curtains and direction of lighting to determine which floor she lived on. After that, he went and knocked on every door on that floor of lighting to determine her eye. Then he used details like the placement of curtains and direction of lighting to determine which floor she lived on. After that, he went and knocked on every door on that floor until she came to the door, and when she answered, he tried to kiss her. Yeah, somehow this guy could find a girl's house from the reflection in her eye, but he couldn't find a job. He deservedly got put away for 2 years, but imagine what this guy could have done for the intelligence agencies if he had ever used his powers for good.
Just about to say that.
Creepy stalkers are bad enough, but idols are also frequent targets of random violence for no reason at all. On May 25th, 2014, 2 AKB48 idols at a handshake event were attacked by some guy who brought a handsaw. Luckily, the idols only sustained minor injuries. In 2018, an idol was assaulted by 2 fans who entered her apartment building, and instead of supporting their idol who was attacked, her agency made her make an apology for causing trouble after she spoke out about it. And how did the assailants get her address? Well, other members of the group sold her out. In the end, after massive fan backlash that included a 53,000 signature petition, the manager was dismissed. But obviously things had gone way past the point of repair, so the victim, along with 2 other members, ended up leaving the group. By now, some viewers out there are protesting, saying, yeah, being an idol is hard, but at least it's very lucrative. Well, surprisingly, no. That brings me to reason number 5. Idols don't get paid shit. Yeah, I'm sure your favorite idol lives comfortably, but that's because she's in the 1%. You know, the ones that are on TV and magazines and eating cake wrong. The other 99% are what Japan calls underground idols, which are basically just indie idols that get that name because they perform in tiny venues underground. The worst part is most of these girls don't even get a salary, like at all. I know it's a meme, but they are literally paid in exposure. They can get like commission if they sell merch like keychains or if they take pictures with fans, but most of that commission gets eaten up when the agency and venue take their cut anyways. If an idol earns 100,000 yen per month, that's considered good. Idols accept these conditions because they're grateful for the opportunity to chase their dreams. For example, in 2015, a group of 4 girls got amazing news. They had passed their audition and were chosen to be in a brand new idol group called Nijiro Fanfare. Unfortunately, this was actually the worst thing that ever happened to them. Day 1, each of them were forced to pay 300,000 yen upfront for lessons and travel. The agency promised that after their debut, they would get a monthly salary of, wait, is this missing a zero? $250 a month? Anyway, that might as well have been $250 million a month because in the end, the agency never even paid them at all. One of the girls was even commuting to Tokyo on the bus for 9 hours just to perform and make zero money. 2 years later, these girls sued their agency and managed to settle out of court for a satisfactory amount. Some other idols who leaked their contracts showed clauses like, you can't quit for 1 to 3 years, or you need to pay a penalty if you're late or if you leave early. There are real cases where idols were making basically nothing, tried to get out of the contract, and the agency was like, girl, you have to pay us 1 million yen. The other weird thing about the industry is that many idols who are on stage late at night taking pictures with adults are actually underage. Under the letter of Japanese law, having minors work late at night is illegal, but they get around that with this one weird trick. A loophole that was created in the 80s specifically for a roller skate boy band that says if you're performing, it's actually totally fine if you're underage. So you're tolerating all this chaos in an industry where the average idol career is actually like 4 years long. You sink money, passion, years of your life into it, and right when you start to get some attention, you're too old and it's time to graduate. Honestly, after learning...
Yeah, that is just sad. Wow, yeah. The amount of, and you know what it is? They can continue to do this, right? Because there's so many people that want to be idols, and you see, well, it's like, you know, you see your favorite groups, you see, I don't know, whatever group you support, Blackpink, I don't know, LE SSERAFIM, whatever idol group you support, you see all them, right? And that's all these girls and guys as well. That's all they're seeing. So when you see that, you think, oh, you know what, I'm gonna sign up for it, I can do it, and then what happens is you're having thousands of people sign up. So even if they, I don't know, even if, okay, you're unhappy, show a little scandal, they're gonna have thousands of more people sign up anyway. So then it incentivizes them to continue the, you know, the harsh, strict rules. The, you know, you probably seen it, you can't eat this, or I remember hearing one story of an idol being on a diet of ice cubes one time, like insane stuff.
So much about idols for this video, I came to appreciate how hard their job really is. They grind long hours chasing their dreams while simultaneously working a part-time job just to stay afloat. Meanwhile, everything could be over in the blink of an eye if a random selfie they take has a guy's elbow in it.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like they can do all that, and then one, like, which is I don't. Again, the reason why I try not to criticize other culture. I mean, look, you can criticize other cultures, sure, but I try not to, especially when it comes to Asia, because it's like there's vast differences between Asia and the West. But the fact that you have grown men, bear in mind some of these idols are underage, right? But the fact that you got grown men and women, right? Because there's grown women as well, being this obsessed is just really unhealthy. Over who someone dates is very unhealthy.
The real issue is the agencies. They are the ones who write the predatory contracts. They're the ones who exploit the idols and fans for as much as they can, and they're the ones who toss the performers aside the second anything goes wrong. As much as I joke about the weird fans, most of them are just normal guys who show up to buy CDs and support their favorite girl. It's a small, vocal minority that ruin the optics for everyone. If you care about...
Sorry to suppose again, but if it's so small, I don't know, because if it's so small, why does it have such a massive impact? You know what I mean? It's like...
Idols, just chill out. Let them have their private lives. Keep it professional, and if they do have some scandal, especially if they have some scandal, support them. Speaking of scandals, another idol just had her career ended for this completely innocuous picture she posted literally as I was editing this video. I couldn't fit it in, so I put it and some other cases from my research that can't go on YouTube in part 2, which is completely free to watch. It's on Patreon. You don't need to sign in or pay any money, though. It's free. Check it out in the description. I know a lot of people...
Yeah, so you guys do that. Look, let's see some of the comments before I go, but let's pray for these idols, man. The joy I felt when I read... Oh, okay. Middle-aged, terminally online, recluseless, psychoanalyzing idols eating cake on stream because they had such a great upbringing. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, analyzing the way someone puts down cake. Like, come on. Like, like, you know what I'd love to ask some of these people? Go online, or even just go to someone in your personal life and explain to them why you're angry at this idol for how she... I want you to show them the video of her putting down cake and then explain to someone why you were annoyed. Because I know if someone came to me and explained that, I wouldn't take them seriously. I just wouldn't take you seriously. I just go, yeah, okay, you know, unfunny joke, Joe, whatever. But good luck, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this video. For more reaction videos like this, come out to the channel. Peace.